Joel Penhorwood here for the Ohio Agnet. Kalmbach Feeds feeding you the results first here after the final market competition at the 2023 Ohio State Fair. And we went out with a bang as we're here with Holden LeVan, who's exhibitor of the Grand Champion market beef animal here at this year's fair. Holden, congratulations to you. Holden's from Champaign County. And first of all, how does it feel?
I didn't ever think this was actually going to happen, to be honest with you. I've always dreamed of this, and it's something that everyone that's shown in my family has looked forward to and tried to do, and I'm happy and proud to be the first one to do it.
What was going through your mind as we were out here in the final drive? We had their wonderful speech from the judge, and then he does a little bit of a fake out going around a few other steers, but then comes back to you.
I was a little bit nervous after I walked my calf, and he decided he wanted to lay down because he was so tired. But he got back up and we got him set up, and I was really confident, and I'm just overall happy of how everything ended.
I was hearing somebody right after the show saying, you know what? Holden has got the nicest steer that's ever been through this barn in history. How does that feel? And also, did you have a good feeling going into the show today?
That feels pretty amazing because there's been a lot of nice steers that come through here, and I don't know. That's a big compliment. I'm not sure how to take that.
Well, congratulations to you. There's a lot going through your mind, especially as you'll be really headlining the Sale of Champions tomorrow, and some big dollars likely coming your way. Let's talk a little bit about the animal itself. What did the judge like about him?
I liked how stout he was and how big his back was and how nice he actually handled from a market standpoint, and just when he felt his top and his forerib, that he was finished and he was tight topped and he was big legged, nice haired. He had all of his lines matched up. He was clean fronted. He was just easy on the eyes to look at.
He's got the widest back I've ever seen on a steer. Holy cow. Let's also talk a little bit about what division he came out of course, crossbred, but then some about his genetics.
He came out of Division 3, and he's a Here I Am MAB.
And weight?
He's 1375.
All right, now we've talked about the steer. Let's talk about you a little bit. Where do you go to school? What grade are you going into? How long have you been showing?
All right. Well, I go to school at Triad High School. I'm 16 years old. I've been showing since I was 9.
You got a few more years left of showing, but might be hard to beat this year.
It will be hard to beat this year.
But I think you'll give it your go. Outside of the show ring, what all else do you do?
I play basketball at Triad. I'm in the FFA, and I'm obviously in 4-H. And I just like to work at home on the farm. We have race horses, standard breds, and just like being outside and helping my family and anything.
You were speaking about your family. You've talked about them multiple times here. They've put a lot of effort into behind the scenes as well, I'm sure. Is there anybody you'd like to talk about, thank there?
I'd like to thank Hadley and Franny the most, because when I went to Angus Junior Nationals for a week in Nebraska, they ended up washing and blowing Dale every day, twice a day for me. And when I had a surgery on my ear earlier in the spring, they ended up washing him for a week or so. So it's just really helpful that they were able to do that, and I wouldn't be at this point without them. I'd like to thank my brother Hank for finally stopped racing horses to come help me fit my steer at State Fair.
I bet he's glad he did. I bet he's glad he stopped by. One more question. Yep. Any advice you'd have for other exhibitors, other people who go out there and show and say, hey, it'd be really cool to be grand champion someday? What's going through your mind, and what would you tell them?
Listen to people who criticize you, even though it might be a little bit harsh. Constructive criticism is what I've always learned off of from my brothers and people who I show for and buy for. And it's just to work hard and try your best, mainly. That's all you can do. And it doesn't always go your way, but when it does, it does. When it doesn't, nothing you can do about it.
Sometimes it really goes your way, and today is an example of that. Holden LeVan of Champaign County. He's the exhibitor of your Grand Champion market beef animal here at the 2023 Ohio State Fair. We'll see him at the Sale of Champions tomorrow. Holden, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
For the Ohio Agnet, I'm Joel Penhorwood. Kalmbach Feeds feeding you the results first.